American Family News, I'm Rusty Pugh. A major bridge has collapsed in Baltimore early this morning. Griff Jenkins has the latest from Baltimore.
We're learning that it is being treated as a mass casualty event, and we spoke with Kevin Cartwright of the Baltimore City Fire Department. Says that the current number is 20, they believe, in the water, with rescue crews in the water. And just to orient you a little bit, the majority of the shipping lanes come out of that Chesapeake Bay through the Patapsco River into Baltimore Harbor. And so that is where around 1:30 this morning that ship hit the bridge. It's a Singapore flagged ship that hit the bridge, causing the bridge to collapse. We've seen an enormous number of emergency vehicles coming down this way.
Former Washington, D.C. police officer Ted Williams lives near the bridge and joined Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer by phone, saying this about the incident.
This also could very well be considered a crime scene, and I am sure you have crime scene investigators at that bridge collapse trying to find out what took place.
Former President Trump and his legal team are doing a victory lap after getting an appellate court to reduce his New York civil fraud case bond of $454 million to $175 million. The decision preventing New York State Attorney General Letitia James from seizing former President Trump's assets. Alina Habba, the former president's legal spokeswoman.
Letitia had to eat every single tweet she has posted since the day the twisted order from Judge Engoron came out, with the ridiculous number, with the disgusting injustice on the American people, not just Donald Trump.
Democrat Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Independent Senator Bernie Sanders reintroducing what they call the Green New Deal for housing, which they claim will help fight so-called climate change by transitioning public housing in the U.S. into becoming zero carbon efficient. Louisiana Senator John Kennedy says this is just way too expensive.
Countries like China and Russia and Iran and sub-Saharan Africa, India, are going to expect the American people to pay for it. And we don't have the money.
The war in Israel against Hamas is both a physical and spiritual war. AFR's John Riley reports from Israel.
Israeli Sergeant Major Kayem is a commando for an elite IDF unit that includes hostage rescue. He has spent months fighting inside of Gaza. He is also a Jewish believer in Jesus. I spoke to him about the spiritual aspects of the war.
God allowed it to happen to Israel, what happened to us, to wake us up, to say we're not strong enough. We're not strong enough with our army. We actually had a repentance time in Israel and said, you know what? We haven't trusted God enough. We haven't looked to God enough. And forgive us, O Lord, and let's get our guns on. Let's go defend our homeland. And God, please protect us as we go there. And so what happened is there's also a judgment on Gaza, I believe. Because of that cursing Israel, God allowed for a dealing with of this evil spirit.
I'm John Riley, reporting from northern Israel near the Sea of Galilee.
The Supreme Court will hear arguments today in a case called FDA versus Alliance for Hippocratic Medicine. The alliance is being represented by ADF, where Julie Marie Blake is an attorney.
Women should have the ongoing care of a doctor when taking high-risk drugs, but the FDA has betrayed women and girls by removing crucial safety safeguards on chemical abortion drugs. And that includes a necessary in-person doctor's visit before taking these drugs. The FDA's own label says that 1 in 25 women who take chemical abortion drugs will end up in the emergency room.
We're starting to learn how that new minimum wage law in California is working out. Chris DeMeo has more.
The state's new $20 an hour minimum wage law is scheduled to take effect next week, but some fast food chains are already reportedly letting go of workers. The Wall Street Journal reports 29-year-old Michael Ojeda, who drives for Pizza Hut, has said that he's gotten a pink slip. Ojeda has spent nearly a decade with the company. California's wage law applies to workers in fast food chains with 60 or more locations around the nation. Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
And repeating today's top story, at least 20 people reported in the water after the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed in Baltimore. For American Family News, I'm Rusty Pugh.